I'm pushing my bucket home. That skid steer adapter plate couldn't take it. Just ripped it to shreds. Well, my welds didn't break. They held pretty good. The rest of it didn't. It's just coming apart. Apparently that's not good enough. Well, take the skid steer and go get my bucket and finish the job. Severe metal fatigue, completely destroyed. So the welds held, but it broke alongside the welds, just like when you're being taught in welding class that your welds don't break, they're stronger than the metal around them. So I am going to plasma cut them back off, scrap that, and I'm going to weld that straight onto the bucket. I did order another setup, so I will have one for the grapple and that, but I think this needs to just go right straight. Those hooks need to go right straight on a bucket. Alright, so on this bucket, so this is kind of, it's almost 2 inches on each side too wide. So if you come to hook onto it, you go grab up in here, your pins will hit here instead of going through there. So this is 3/8 welded to the bucket. So if I weld them hooks right in here, that should be plenty of strength. Maybe I'll put some gussets, something, because trying to plow with this bucket with them wings on the skid steer, believe it or not, that 9-foot bucket's easier. I can't see these wings very well to know where they're at, and if you try and back drag, it just kind of could bend them. Plus sometimes during the plowing I lost the piece I made, and the other one that was in there. So I'm going to put square stock, slide it in, and do that a little bit different, taller. So I'm going to take them panels off and do it right, because I need that tension. That's too heavy to lift, but I need that tension for back dragging and for uneven tar. Alright, it's too cold today to do this, but I'm going to start in the garage with the cutting. That's where I notched them down to make them fit. So that wasn't the problem. It wasn't the cause of this fatigue. They didn't snap off and then flex. So. All right, that can be scrapped. I'll get the grinder and clean up those. And it's about 10 below zero outside right now, so I will not be doing that today, but at least I'll get this cleared up. Alright, so I notched the bottom out and got them nice and square, perfect distance apart, ground the paint. So I'm going to turn this into a loader bucket only. The adapter I bought that I was guaranteed not to break won't be here for another month, and it's snowing right now, so I've got to get this done. Like I said, there's a good heavy bucket, 3/8 plate on top of that, welding to that, so hopefully it'll take the pushing. I'm not hard on stuff, so it should be just fine. That other thing was just a fluke. That was thin metal. This is a lot better. Alright, I'll get it welded. I ran out of gas, so you know, the MIG side is just beautiful. I still got to do underneath a little bit, but that's not going anywhere. Then I had to stick weld after going about 3 or 4 inches with the out of gas stuff. So a little rusty. I mean, it's still welded good penetration. I got no paint burning on this side, but it would have to go through 3/8 and another quarter. Alright, so I'm going to raise her up and I'll get underneath. But these batteries don't seem to last out here in the cold, so I'll just paint that real quick if I can and lift her up. baked enamel. Baked on. Well, I just completely destroyed the bucket for any future use of a skid steer, but it's alright. I got a 9-foot bucket, and if this fails, maybe I should just give it up. Alright, got a 1/2-inch plate gusset, just so when these pins push out, it don't flex it, which it did not do before I put it on there, so I think it's pretty solid. And the other side is. Same thing, notched out a little hole there so I don't, so I can get it nice and tight on both sides. All right, should be good to go. Loosen 3 bolts. Loosen that screw. Now I got it to where it's 6 inches up instead of 4. It's a nice tight fit. Really tight fit. That's going to be the trick. That thing's heavy. Then again, everything's heavy. I keep saying that, but it is. got that baby down. I'll do the other side now, so it shouldn't come out. I mean, it can't go down anymore, so I don't know how the other one came out, or the other three, the two originals and the one I put in there. All right, just gonna repeat that on the other side. One more thing, you can't stand in that bucket. If you ask me how I know, that's my marks of my rear end hitting, stepped on it. It's so slippery, but that's how snow comes out. All right, let's try and get me to 1,000 subscribers. If you made it this far, hit that subscribe button. I try and do a little bit of entertainment, but all right, so all these piles, it's really, there's a ditch there, so there's really a lot of snow here. This was all piled up in this area, frozen solid. So I got to try out the bucket, the welds, loader worked perfect, relocated, opened this all up, and just for a update on how the new adapter works, or no adapter, works good, even does a little excavating.